I got to tell you guys, January 20th cannot get here fast enough. I've really just about had it with Joe Biden. He's only going to be in power for another 19 days. And then after that, Trump is back. And I believe this country is going to be better than ever. However, we definitely need to deal with the problems caused by Joe Biden, like this border crisis that's been going on. You know, the media tried to hide it for the longest time. But then the American people, when they voted on November 5th, they said, nah, this illegal alien stuff needs to end. That is why Trump won big time, in addition to the economy. And folks, when January 20th comes, these illegal aliens better pack their bags. Actually, some of them have already been self-deporting. Hey, congratulations. You're doing the right thing. Self-deport yourself right now, because you will not be in this country very long. Now, we know that the Trump administration and the border czar, Tom Homan, are prioritizing the worst of the worst. But guess what, folks? Every single person that crossed the border illegally is a criminal. I mean, once you actually step foot into this country and you're not a citizen, you came in illegally, guess what? You are a criminal. Now, I must give the Trump administration a credit. It's going to take a lot of work to actually get everyone out. So they definitely need to prioritize, the gangs, the murderers, those kind of people. Yes, those are the ones that definitely need to go first. But there's so many people, guys, that I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get everyone out in 4 years. It's just way too many of them, man. It's like 20 plus million illegals. Okay? But if you are an illegal alien and you're not out there robbing and killing people, don't get comfortable. And Tom Homan is warning you. Okay? That's why I say, guys, help yourselves out. Self-deport right now. Look here. It says, you're not off the table. Tom Homan makes clear every illegal migrant should be sweating. Yes, because he's coming after all of you. You may not be out there robbing people or whatever, but guess what? You're still here illegally, and he's still coming for you. Says here, President-elect Donald Trump's border czar declared that every illegal migrant residing in the United States is up for grabs when he begins his wide-scale deportation operation. Now, some of the meetings that some of these mayors, Democrat mayors and governors have been having with Trump is they're actually trying to get out the worst of the worst. But guess what? If you are here legally, they're still coming after you. They are. Tom Homan, a former acting director of ICE and the man tapped to be the lead in the Trump administration's ambitious immigration enforcement initiative, told the Daily Caller News Foundation that he plans to focus on the worst first. And I agree with that. I do. But also caution that every single individual living unlawfully in the country is also fair game. The comments came after some border hardliners had openly speculated whether the Trump team was watering down its agenda before Inauguration Day. I don't believe that's the case. Because think of this, guys. Let's say, for example, if an illegal that came into the country, let's say they were pulled over for speeding or something like that, okay? And there's no data on them actually committing any crimes. Should they just be let go? Absolutely not. I believe that they should be turned over to ICE immediately and they can be deported as well. Just because there's a hierarchy on prioritizing the worst doesn't mean we're going to let the other people just leave. I mean, just walk away like nothing's happened. No, you must go too. If ICE actually has a murderer in their facilities, and then another person comes in, that's just speeding, but they're legal, they should go too. You can send them all back together. The American people have mandated that Trump due to mass deportations. And if a non-violent illegal alien gets caught, they got to go too. This is what Tom Homan said. Quote, like the first Trump administration, we're going to prioritize public safety threats, national security threats, and fugitives. Homan said to the DCNF, adding that gang members and other criminals would be their main focus. Quote, those that had due process at great taxpayer expense were given orders of deportation, never left, and became a fugitive. Them too, they're a priority. The ones who pose the biggest threat to the country, they come first, the worst first, Homan continued. But let's be clear. If you're in the country illegally, you're not off the table. Yes, you must go too. You must go too. You still broke the law. And I believe, guys, that illegal aliens, they should have no rights whatsoever in this country. Because I believe that rights in this country are reserved for citizens and people here legally. And people that come in illegally, you have no rights. I don't believe any of these cities and states that are giving out billions of dollars to illegal aliens. I believe that these states, I believe they should be defunded. Any liberal city or state that actually spends taxpayer money on illegals, they should be defunded. And I believe that every single Democrat mayor or governor that provides resources to illegals should be arrested. Tom Homan should actually go after them. And he said that he's perfectly okay with actually arresting these people because they're violating the law. I don't know how in the world, guys, we actually ended up getting sanctuary cities and sanctuary states, because clearly that actually violates federal law when you're actually harboring illegal aliens. I mean, some of these cities, guys, and states, they are actually protecting, and some of these illegals may actually be in prisons. Hardcore criminals, man. They said, nah, we're not gonna comply with the federal government to actually deport these people. Yes. And just the other day, man, we actually had some kids got dropped off to the border by some cartels. The kids only had a phone number where allegedly they have family. You know what, guys? If that was me, that would be a telltale sign, folks, because that number right there and an address is pretty simple. If you actually contact that number and that address, chances are you're actually going to find more illegal aliens. Hey, I don't even work for the federal government, guys. If those are those people's kids. Now, first of all, my question is, why are you actually leaving your kids behind in another country and you're living a good life here in the United States? I got questions about that. What parent would actually leave their kids in that situation? But the cartels are basically giving ICE some help here. You got the phone number. You got the address. You can go there and arrest these people and deport them all. Maybe, just maybe they are actually family members. Chances are, because if the parents are here legally, why would the children be left behind? Like Tom Homan said, they can all be deported together. And I'm more of a hardliner on this illegal immigration thing. Some people are saying, all right, we're going to deport you. You can actually come in the right way, apply for that. Nah. I say once you get caught one time, you should be banned from ever entering this country ever again. Anybody that violates our sovereignty should be banned from entering this country again. They should never, ever, ever be allowed back. Because if you guys remember the guy, New York City subway that burned a woman alive, this man came in illegally. And he was actually deported under the Trump administration like a few days later. He came back. illegally though, and he killed a woman. I am a 0% tolerance person when it actually comes to the border. No free passes. No amnesty. None whatsoever. And any Democrat politician that tries to block you, arrest him. Arrest him. Any governor, any mayor that tries to block you, arrest these people and prosecute them. And they should go to prison. I'm going to leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.